What's up, everybody? Dark 185. There's levels to this. All right. Just want to talk to you guys real quick about next generation systems again. There's a lot of interesting things that are going on with this next generation that makes it worthwhile to talk about. So let's talk about how the PS5 and Sony and Microsoft are both, I guess supposedly, because Microsoft hasn't officially said it, gonna have two different consoles that are gonna come out for next generation. Now I say two different consoles with quotes for one simple reason. The PS5 digital to me is not a different console. It's the PS5 without a disk drive. It's just a PS5. Now the Xbox Series S, as they're calling it, or Lockhart, or whatever it is that they're calling it, that actually seems like a different system, right? Supposedly it's going to be a little bit less, a little bit weaker, not as strong. I mean, I think they said same CPU, just underclocked. GPU is going to be 4 teraflops instead of the whatever the Xbox Series X is going to be. But that's a little bit different than just removing the disk drive. Now let's talk about both options. The PS5 digital, we'll start with that. The PS5 digital, to me, makes no sense at all. There's only one scenario where I could see where buying a PS5 digital would make sense. So let me explain. Right now, if you game on PC, most people that game on PC, you're not buying hard copies of games. You're buying games digitally anyways, okay? Now, the reason that doesn't translate 100% to console is simple. The PC world, we have a plethora of different places we can go ahead and buy games. If Sony does that with their PS5 digital, then okay, that's good. That makes sense. But if the only place you're going to be able to get PS5 games on the PS5 digital is on the Sony store, then they literally just got a monopoly right there. So if you have a PS5 digital, you're only going to be able to buy games from the PS5 store, which means you're locked into whatever sales they have, whatever price they have is what you're locked into. Which, for those people that have a PS5 with the disc drive, if all the times, if places like Target have a buy one get a second game 20% off, Best Buy has deals on games all the time. That place everybody apparently hates, GameStop, has deals all the time for games. I mean, Walmart has deals for games. So depending on where you want to buy your games, if you get a PS5 digital, you're not gonna be able to do that. You're gonna be locked in. Now, if you want to argue that PC is the same way, right? Because I can't really go to Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and get PC games. I mean, you can, but the selection is not the same. The amount of games that I could get online from different stores and the amount of savings that I get is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm telling you right now, there's nothing like it. But that's because there's so many different places I can go ahead and get games. If the PS5 does that, then okay, the PS5 digital would make sense. I highly doubt they're going to do that. So this is the only scenario where I could see the PS5 digital making sense. For me, maybe for you too. If the PS5 digital is extremely cheap, listen to what I said now. Extremely cheap, meaning Sony is willing to take a loss on the hardware because they know that you're going to be locked in and have to buy games from their store, then maybe the PS5 digital might make sense. It'll make sense for someone that's a true true casual gamer, meaning plays maybe 1 or 2 games a year. So the person that just plays Madden and plays Call of Duty, that might make sense for you. Because if that's the case, you get a really cheap PS5. Again, if this thing is cheap, and then yeah, you paid a full $60 for Madden, the full $60 for Call of Duty, but you ain't really tripping because you just saved on the console. Let's say the console comes out for something like $100 or $150. Again, it would have to be really, really cheap. Now, if you're a gamer that constantly buys games, doesn't matter how cheap this thing is, in this thing's lifespan, Sony's gonna make their money and then some. You're gonna end up losing. I'm telling you, because games are gonna get cheaper, and if you can't buy games or used games or trade games or whatever, it's gonna be bad. That's another thing. If like right now, I know a lot of people don't do it, but some people do. Like right now, actually, yeah, there's my boy ISO offered to let me borrow God of War for the PS4. He played it, he beat it. He's like, hey, I'll let you borrow so you can play it. The only reason I could do that is because my PS4 has a disk drive. If my PS4 did not have a disk drive, then I wouldn't be able to do that. So unless Sony figures out a way where you can share games like that, then okay. Which actually, now that I think about it, they might have something like that. I don't know if you have to have the game on while you play while somebody else plays, but they might have something like that. So we'll look that up. But again, to me, the only way the PS5 digital makes sense is it comes out, it's extremely cheap, like extremely cheap, and then you're a casual gamer that only plays 1 or 2 different types of games, and you don't mind paying full price for those games in the store. So it is what it is to you. Okay, so that to me makes sense. Now, the Xbox Series S or Lockhart, I have no idea who this thing is for. I have no idea what scenario this thing is used in. What's up, Polka Dude? I have no idea at all because it's supposed to be a weaker. It's weaker than the Xbox One X, but graphic wise, but the CPU is similar to the Xbox Series X. It's just underclock, if I got that right. I have no idea what that means. Again, it sounds like it sounds like pimp talk to me. If I don't understand it, I'm not buying it. I'm just not. So, what's up, Polka Dude? You need something? You just gonna sit there and look at me while I make my video? That's not weird. At least watch the video on YouTube so I can get a freaking view. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then like and subscribe. I just came down. You're my own son. That's the least you can do for me is like and subscribe my own video. The disrespect. The disrespect. It's weaker than blah blah blah. All right, I gotta keep going. I gotta get back to my people. All right, so listen. So the Xbox Series S, or Lockhart, right? I have no idea who this thing is for. I have no idea what it's for. And we're not gonna know what it's for until the thing actually comes out and we see what it can do. We can see what the difference really is. So right now, what I would recommend is either get yourself an Xbox Series X, the full version, or you get yourself a PS5 with the disc drive. I don't see a reason to get the digital PS5 unless it's extremely extreme, and I mean like extremely cheap. Like I'm talking like 150. 150, you got my attention. You got my attention. But even then, in the long run, if you buy a lot of games, you're gonna end up losing money. I'm telling you, unless Sony opens it up for other markets to be able to sell their games digitally, which I do not see. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. So I don't know. I don't know. You guys let me know what's up. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. You know, the more I sit here and I think about, now I'm thinking about it, are there websites out there? You guys leave me comments. Are there websites out there that allow you to buy PS4 game codes or PS5? Yeah, PS5 game codes and stuff like that. Because if there is, well, obviously for the PS4, PS5 games aren't out yet, but are there websites out there that let you do that? Because if you could do that and it's legit and you could just buy the code, then maybe Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll make it worth it. Maybe. Let me know, guys. Leave a comment. Let me know. So then, back to this Xbox Series X. Who is this thing for? What is this thing supposed to do? Sound again. I hate to say it, man, but Microsoft. This thing sounds like a gimmick. Sounds like it, but then look, man. Somebody told me a few videos ago, and I think they're right. Microsoft just wants to get you into the ecosystem. If this is another way to get you into the ecosystem, then good for them. So they'll have the Xbox One S. That's going to drop in price, right? And you'll still be able to play Xbox games for the first year. So that might get you into their ecosystem. You'll have the Xbox One X. You'll have the Xbox Series S. You'll have the Xbox Series X. And if you have PC, you'll be able to play the Xbox game on the Microsoft Store. So yeah, Microsoft is, theoretically speaking, Microsoft should have more gamers next generation. I mean, theoretically speaking, they might not sell more Xbox Series X, but they should have more gamers, right? They should have more gamers playing their games. They should. We'll see. We'll see if they actually pull it off. But for me, again, these two different systems, PS5 digital, makes no sense to me. I wouldn't recommend it. Xbox Series S or Lockhart, whatever it's called, right now, specs mean nothing until we actually start seeing what these things could do. So it doesn't make sense to me either. Plus, we got to see the price of both these things. So you guys let me know what you think. If I get a PS5, I'm going for the full PS5 with the disc drive. I'm not getting the digital version. Okay. If I get an Xbox, I'm not getting an Xbox Series S. I'm getting an Xbox Series X. I'm not playing it. All right. But right now, like I've told you guys, because I got a PC and I don't like that whole optimize for Series X slogan, I might just get a PS5 and play games, Xbox games on my PC until exclusives start coming out for the Xbox. And then by then, the Xbox Series X should be cheaper, and then I'll buy that. So we'll see how that goes. Dog 1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.